Jagannath twice a day, the thought of Kama Purusha will certainly arise. The liberation should therefore have you to lead others along the path of righteousness. Shri Shri
Param Pita Baba Ki
The old cult. Intellectuals and scholars say that one may attain salvation by dint of one's knowledge and intellect. Those who are karma yogis, that is, those who follow the path of action or cult, say that by dint of action one will attain salvation. Salvation means emancipation of prana nature. Again here, on the evening of the 8th of May, 1979.
Now we would like to request Acharya Shubhatmananda, Avadut, our SS, to say some words regarding that Swadhyaya.
Namaskar. Thank you, Nirmala, to read out this message. This discourse of Baba is very self-explanatory. It doesn't need any explanation. However, I would like to add a few things in order to understand what Baba had at different times mentioned. First of all, as you understand, I think that Baba says there are three ways, but two of them are effective. The people who need translation, could you please find somebody who can translate it? Or and Baba says that devotion is the only way. Not only he just said that, in all his discourses, if you go through, listen to them, all the discourses of Baba end in devotion, which means that devotion is the most precious thing of life, which means that we are on this earth in order to cultivate devotion so that we could get closer or become one with Paramahansa. Baba once said that I love an intelligent more than an intellectual. This passage explained that it's a very defective idea if anybody would think that he or she could ever achieve Parampurusha. But he said, he asked me, I love an intelligent more than an intellectual. And he said, do you understand? I said, literally. Because it's very hard to understand what Baba said. Then he again repeated this whole thing, that I love an intelligent more than an intellectual. Then he again asked me if I understood that. Third time, again he said the same thing. And then he said, an intelligent is the devotee. Then he gave an explanation. He said, an intellectual may not be an intelligent person. But an intelligent person has got to be an intellectual. Now these are specific things that at different times Baba pointed out to make us understand as to what we should become. What is the precious thing in our life? What should we be cultivating? Now if devotion or loving Parampurusha or loving this entire creation is the goal of our life, it is the life itself, then how, there is no scope for anything that can deviate us from it. And you know that Baba has also mentioned, in terms of where he clarified what devotion is in real sense of the terms. He said, there is a 4 couplets. They say that devotion is service to God. Bhakti bhagavato bhavana. Bhakto seva. Bhavana. It is bhakti is service to God. Bhakti is love personified. Bhakti is bliss personified, and bhakti is the life of a devotee. Now if you have to live, we must be serving his creation. And by serving his creation, thinking that it is him that I am serving on this earth or whoever, then we remain always in constant ideation of Param Purusha. Now if devotion is love personified, that there is nothing else but love, the supreme consciousness is our life, then we remain in that blissful flow. We remain in that flow and do everything, whatever. Nothing in this universe can ever create any ruptures in our, or curvatures in our thinking. And if the devotion is bliss, and that is what we all are trying to seek every day in our meditation, and we sometimes say, oh my goodness, my sadhana was really good today. Baba said once in this regard, he said that if never ever pretend, but we generally pretend to be something. He said never ever pretend. But if you ever have to pretend that you are a devotee. At least by pretending that you are a devotee, one day you will become devotee, even if you are not. It's real, how interesting it is. We try to imitate many things in the world. But he said, if ever you have to pretend to be a devotee. Now if you try to pretend you are a devotee, now that is it's the way you take him as an ideation, and we become that. Otherwise, don't ever pretend. So if there is nothing wrong in it that I love Param Purusha, I am for Param Purusha, I work for him, my life is for him, what's wrong in thinking about it? But if you keep thinking like this, one day we will definitely love and work for him, our life is for him. So, it's a very interesting thing, and the devotion is such a thing. I don't know if it can ever be interpreted. It has to be felt. It has to be felt. It has to be lived. Now, then the last part, Baba says that devotion is a life of a devotee. If there is no devotion in life, it is completely barren. It is desert. It is desert. There is nothing in it. And therefore, Baba has always been saying, Naham Tishtang, I don't live in the hearts of Jnanis, nor do I live in the heaven, for many reasons, because there is no love, there is no devotion, there is everything is dry. If ever I live in the hearts of devotees. And Baba even said that wherever my devotees sing, I move my nucleus. I move my abode from wherever it might be in the whole universe to where the devotees sing. And then Baba generally said that whenever you have time, whenever you find it, sometimes, whenever you sing kirtan, do kirtan. But in general sense, what actually happens? We gossip. Now that shows that our connection with Param Purusha, the connection with Baba is not constant. Now we need to have a constant connection with him. Once we were in field walk, and at some point and Baba ran very fast. And he just walked so fast, and then at some point he stood like this. And then turned towards me. He said, "What happened?" I said, "Baba, you ran." He said, "No, I didn't." "You did not walk." "I didn't run." Then he said that if you would like to keep pace with Parampurusha, there itself, he used the word like this. If you would like to keep pace with Parampurusha, you must be in constant connection with him, in constant relation with him. And I said, "Baba, how could that happen?" And he looked at me and said, "Do you repeat your Ishta mantra?" Nobody had ever asked me in life at that time that you should repeat your Ishta mantra. "Do you repeat your Ishta mantra?" I said, "Baba, I try." He says, "Try with a half denial. Don't ever try, do. And not only do, but take this message to all over the world, wherever you go, and remind everybody." So I'm doing my duty. So if we would like to have devotion every second of our life, we have got to be in touch with him. The only way is half Ishwar Purnidhan, connecting him with ourselves with him, repeating. What else? Can a thought relate to him? Do you have any way that you can hold onto him? Or you can pull him? No. It is the mantra itself. But how many of us do really? And if you don't, please make a note that from now onwards, if we really have to live in that devotional flow, we have got to do something. And that something is to remain in his connection, connected in his connection as much as we can repeat whenever, as much as you can. Now, if you mind what Baba explained a beautiful thing. He said, if you remain in connection with him, if you repeat that, what will happen? Your entire self, as Nirmala was reading, entire self will transform into that very ideation. This mantra belongs to him. If I repeat it, my whole existence, physical, mental, spiritual, will transform into Parampurusha. You will walk like him, you will talk like him, you will do everything like him, and that is what Baba wants. That's what he wants, that you should do everything like me. Don't become me. And if you become him when we become, but at least you will do everything. So that is invitation. If at all, be like him. And he wants to do that. And one day Baba said, he said, you know, when you walk on the road, and people look at you, they think, my goodness, this fellow is very simple. You're similar to me, but behave different. Where has he been built? Where has it been fabricated? Baba said, then they will look for that where this person has been fabricated, or what you call it, created. They will look for that source. Who is the engineer of this person? And they will go looking for that, and they will find me. I am that engineer. So it is not, your behavior should be such that people find me by your behavior. They look for me. That should be the light. Wherever, whatever, people should look at you and they should find me. That should be the way. There's another thing that Baba has mentioned at one point. There are two things. One is, Baba said that, even in this article, Baba said that Parampurusha can never be your object of admiration. But we need it. One we have to feel. Here in Fiesh, Baba said that 40 years ago. He said that you should think that you are the object of him. He is the subject, you are the object. Which means that you think all the time that he is watching you. Now can you imagine in the whole world that if you have this thought all the time, or we have this thought all the time that he is watching us, can you ever do anything that we should not or we should not? Never ever. Because people do wrong things when there is dark. And when they know that Baba is watching you, we can't do anything that we are not supposed to do. So this ideation, and that comes only by repeating mantra all the time, that he is watching me. I am under this big glow of his light icon. Now you can't pretend for that. This is something we have to do. Now, to end this whole thing, he said that how can we really cultivate it? One is to repeat mantra. Another is the thing he said. He said that when we really meditate, not pretend to meditate, but really meditate. The time when I'm sitting for meditation, I do my meditation. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, but I'm there. When that happens, Baba said, what will happen? That all your thoughts, past and present, will be blended. All these thoughts will become like a blender. In the meditation, half an hour, everything will get blended. And this all the thoughts, all the ideas that you have in your life, in your mind today, tomorrow, or today and yesterday, everything gets blended. Now that blended, the blended thing of all these thoughts we have, he said it's called ego. Every time you meditate, your ego grows. And that is what sadhana does. You try to blend them. That meditation should be such that every thought is blended. And then your ego becomes big. Some people think I'm a very big side. I sit in sadhana for 10 hours, etc., etc. But that ego may happen. But he said, don't keep that ego with you. Surrender it. Now he said one thing. He said, when the physics, there's a rule of physics, that there is nothing, when you have this ego also occupies a space. And when that ego is surrendered, Tavarabdam, Jagat Guru, Tubhyamev, Samarpai, you do it every time. But do you really feel that everything has gone? You have really offered everything? Until we really feel that I have really offered everything, the very last thought that I had, well, that was. So he said, when you offer that, and that's what you do every day, he has been so kind, so generous, that he gave us a tool that every day we could cultivate that kind of devotion. He said, when you offer that ego to Parapurusha with your wholeheartedness, and since there can't be any void, but the ego, when it is given away, creates a void, it will be filled in with some kind of energy, and that energy is called devotion. Now it is up to us, every second of our life. Every day, he has given us that assurance, not only assurance, method at the same time, that we can become devotees by recycling all our thoughts, all our things that are going on in your mind, and transform them into ego, offering to Parapurusha, because that is Baba's food. It is his food. And when we do that, the energy that fills in is called every day, we can do it every second, we do it always, but if that happens really, our life is blessed. We are blissful. Baba is happy that I'm doing what he wants. And we can't do anything else but his mission. Just to do my life is because we live here today, who says that we will be here tomorrow morning? But at least, Baba said, be fulfilled the moment you go to bed. You know, I have done all that I should have. I'm ready to go. Live like that. I want to share one thing with you. One day Baba said, how should you live your life? How should you deal with your life? Baba said, you should deal with your life as if you have 1 second left. And you have to do everything that you have not done in your life in 1 second. Now this seems to be a funny thing. 1 second, and then I die. He said, just that, 1 second. Baba said, what would happen? In that thing, as the article was saying, that all your energy, all your thoughts, everything will rush into to fulfill all that you haven't done in 1 second. I said if that 1 second becomes 1 month, fine. If it becomes 10 years, fine. 20 years, fine. But live like that. Now if I and we can live in a way, have 1 second that I can't waste it. Now the whole our life becomes a treasure. It's blissful. There is no scope for anything that is not bliss.
So, and now we will go for Kaushiki and Tandava.
Dancers ready for Kaushiki. Position. Ideation. Begin. Din, 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 ta ta, baba, nam, baba, hey, balam, baba, nam, baba, hey, balam, baba, nam, baba, baba, nam, baba, hey, balam, baba, nam, baba, hey, balam, baba, nam, baba, hey, balam, baba, nam, baba, baba, nam, baba, hey, balam.
Next one, Tandava. Ready? 1, 2, 3, jump. Ta, 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 ta.
Nityanandam Paramasukhatam Kevalam Vishwapetam Gaganasudesam Tattva Sadhyam एकं नित्यं विमलचलं सर्वदिशाचिबोधम् भावातीतं तैलमरण्ये सद्गुरुतं परम पिता बाबा की पिता बाबा की तारक ब्रह्म बाबा की
Kusumo Sushanta from Germany, and I have the pleasure to lead you all to this evening program. We came here together 40 years after he came to this wonderful place. And it's wonderful too to see so many known and also so many unknown faces here from all over the world. Besides of this, we have some special guests like Acharya Rudananda Avadut, Acharya Madhvajapananda Avadut, and Acharya Savitananda Avadut, who came here from far away. There are many more people to say thanks and to say welcome. And I would like to say welcome to you all who make the long way here. And especially I have to say thanks to the organizing committee, Dada Gati Mohananda, Dada Jyoti Rupananda, Dada Devaranjan, Dada Devavatananda, Nirmala, Didi Ananda Hari Maya, and Asha, who's also representing our host AMPS Germany. I would like now to ask our SS to give some welcoming speech.
Namaskar, everybody. My beloved Baba, Sashtamik Baba, and respected Dadas, and my dear Dadas, Didis, brothers and sisters. I'm very delighted to welcome you at this special occasion. After 40 years of Baba's, can you all hear me at the back, please? After 40 years of Baba's presence here at this land, and what I understand that wherever Baba touched his feet or put his feet, that place was termed as Tantra Peeth. Many of you know, which means the full of vibrations. Baba was Tarak Brahma and Baba is Tarak Brahma. Any place that he went, anything that he touched that has captured his special vibration. We are here at this occasion to a sponge to soak that vibration that he had created 40 years ago. And nothing gets lost, Baba says. He said that the word spoken, vibration created, remains in the atmosphere, even for thousands and thousands of years to come. And the same that we may have been enjoying in these years, which have been created several thousand years ago. And the logical explanation to it was, he said that everything is in the mind of Sabna Brahma, including ourselves. Any vibration that is created, anybody can retrieve it, anybody can access it any time of his or her lifetime, provided they can maintain, they can rise up to that spiritual heights, that spiritual elevation. And in order to capture that, what was created 40 years ago. So this is a challenge for all of us to rise up to that, elevate our mind to that level where we can receive, we can retrieve those vibrations that Baba created. He says nothing gets lost, everything remains here, all that we can't access it. Or sometimes if you do, we cannot translate it. Or sometimes if there is a possibility, we can't even feel it, although it is there. So I think this whole DMS has been organized with an idea that what Baba had left here 40 years ago in this special place, we all can share it, we all can enjoy it and go back home. And I'm sure that if we all can put our minds and energies into that one-mindedness to create a collective mind. I always mention this point because Baba had at one time very clearly mentioned, he says, any event positive or negative, is a result of collective psyche. Now to create that collective psyche, whether positive or negative, it is our duty, it is our responsibility. Anything that occurred negative, we are responsible. Anything positive occurs, we are responsible. So if we have that responsibility, we should have a choice. What to create? In 1980, in DMC, Patna, Baba said that spiritual people, those who are spiritually elevated, follows Dhamma and Niyama. They don't have to think what is right and what is wrong, because they cannot do anything wrong, they always do right. Now that is a challenge for all of us. Are we living up to those challenges? Have we created that kind of state of mind where I don't have to discriminate? And therefore, what we need to do is to simply ideate on Baba, rise our mind to that level, and retrieve all the vibration that we have, that Baba had created. And another beautiful thing is this, that everybody can take 100% of it. It doesn't get anywhere diminishing. Everybody has a right to 100%. Not 40, not 90, not 30. Everybody can have 100% provided, because it's an infinite ocean. So my suggestion to you is that please create that collective mind, kirtan, bhajan, Baba Pravah Sangeet, and at the same time positive thoughts that this collective mind can bring. And Baba said very beautifully, he said that when the collective psyche is created, it is not cosmic mind, but that collective psyche creates the pressure on the cosmic mind. Whatever that collective psyche desires happens. Cosmic mind has to do it. He has divulged his secret as well to all of us, provided we can create that positive psyche, that collective psyche, which only sees Baba everywhere. And I think with these words, time is very limited. I wish all of you a very nice stay here, and at the same time expect or hope that we all can live up to those expectations and rise ourselves above. We see nobody, in everybody we see Baba, Baba and Baba. Namaskar.
Thank you, Dada. We live in a really beautiful surrounding, but sometimes we neglect that this beautiful surrounding was very tough for the people. So what you said of collectivism, this is something really important if the surrounding is tough, as it is here. I would like now to request Nidyananda Monica, OIS WWS, to say a few words to us.
Namaskar. To all, and my most beloved Baba, my pranam and respected Dadas and Devis. Actually, the role of Guru in our life is very precious and very special. That's what we all are here. And to feel his vibration as it's a tantra beat here. And we all make effort, make our thinking one, only our Ishta mantra, or Kirtan, Bhajanam Kevalam. That helps us many ways and many lifetimes. That actually doing Kirtan, it helps many times, many lives. And I hope we all will enjoy the moment, each and every moment in our spiritual progress. Spiritual gathering helps us to uplift our mind collectively. And we can realize when we put mind together. And I say thank you to everybody coming from all the way, long journey, and many of the places very hard to reach here. And my thank you to all of you. Namaskar.
would like now to ask Dada Udananda to say a few words to us.
Stand to Baba, DMS Organizing Committee, brothers and sisters present here. This is to remind the first visit of first Mahasambhodh to this place that forms part of the unrecorded part of history. But we know the recorded part of history that records the visit of second visit of Tarak Brahma. If each one of us present here asks why are we here, the answer will be being attracted by those waves left by two Tarak Brahma, Lord Shiva and Baba. If we want to enjoy those vibrations, because those subtle spiritual vibrations left by Mahasambhodh remain in the atmosphere. So this place is blessed. If you want to enjoy it, let us be mostly with our Ishtantra and Guru Mantra. Chant maximum. Create a collective spiritual vibration so that we all feel vibrated. And when we leave this place is again vibrated by our collective spiritual wave. And that I believe, I am rather confident, will help establish Baba's mission very fast in Europe in particular and the whole globe in general. So let this be a vibrating place by our presence here. Thank you very much. Parampita Baba ki